Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my first whipping chat for a while actually. I am doing Cancer by Josephine Wall, legally licensed, from Diamond Art Club. And here is a picture of the artwork from the sticker. It's a square diamond painting. It's 70 by 87 centimeters. It has 49 colours and 2 ABs. So now the area that I'm working on is up here, the right hand side, or left hand side of the crab itself, but the right hand side of the crab as you're looking at it. So let's get our things together. So how's everybody doing today? I'm doing well. Better day today than I had the other day. I didn't have a great Monday, but today is Wednesday and the week has got progressively better as it's gone on. So let's find a colour. Let's go with the equal sign. So the equal sign is a lovely sky blue. It is DMC code 3325, and this is the colour. This is what it looks like. I usually diamond paint with the pen that comes with the kit, and in a large canvas I work section by section. It's a lot easier than trying to tackle the whole canvas in its or in a one go. Opening up a canvas is fine if you've got like a small one, but anything larger than a 30 by 40, yeah, I section it off. So what shall we chat about? Well, my daughter's coming up next weekend, which is good. She's down in London and she's coming up to visit. She's not just coming to visit us though, apparently there's a party going on. So I think we were an afterthought after the party, but hey, when you're young, that's the way you go, isn't it? You want to go and see your friends and party rather than come to visit your parents, but it's good just doing it. I also got a nice message from my son, my eldest son, this week. He's over in China. He moved to China when in the summer of 2019. He teaches English over there to kindergartners, like 3 and 4 year olds. So it's all things like ball and cat and banana and stuff like that. But he celebrated his 25th birthday at the weekend, and he went to Shanghai for his birthday. He doesn't live in Shanghai. He lives a couple hours away from it. They went to Shanghai for his birthday, and he sent me a very lovely video of him doing karaoke, really drunk. Very out of tune. But he's having a great time, so that's the main thing. I don't know if he's planning, if or when he's planning on coming back. I think it's great that, when you're young, you've got all these opportunities that you can go and do things like this. Although I do miss him. And I miss my daughter as well. I still have my youngest son at home for the time being, but he'll be So he's 16, so he might be disappearing off in a couple of years to uni. He's planning to anyway. So the other thing that I fancy talking about is my new washing machine, which I think I hinted at a little bit in an unboxing that I did this week, earlier on in the week. Now, my old washing machine was really leaky. Tried getting it fixed multiple times. It didn't really, the leak never really got sorted properly, and it was leaking for years. So a couple of weeks ago we decided to bite the bullet and buy a new washing machine. So went out and chose one from the shops, and we chose, or well, it was my decision, I chose, because I'm the one that uses it, you know, all the time. I'm the only one that does the washing in this house. But anyway, I found a AAA rated one, which is quite unusual actually for washing machines. You don't get very many AAA rated washing machines in terms of energy efficiency. And it plays a tune when the washing is finished. It plays not Beethoven, sorry, it plays Schubert. So what I'll do is I'll just insert here a little clip that I filmed of my washing machine when it gets to the end of the cycle. Okay, inserting it now. So there you go, Schubert on the washing machine. Yeah, who'd have thought that, eh? Because the thing was, like, you know, my husband said, you know, like, it's playing a tune. And I was like, I recognise that. That's not just some random jingle. I actually recognise that piece of music. So then we looked it up, and yeah, sure enough, Schubert Die Forelle, that's called, I think. I didn't know the name of it when it first played, but I did recognise it. So yeah, Schubert. So that's what I was saying to my daughter. I said, you're coming up to have a play with the washing machine. So, a couple of other things that I'm doing. I've finally started watching Squid Game on Netflix. I've been meaning to do it for a little while. I think I'm kind of behind the curve on that one. It's been out for about a month or so, I think. Thoroughly enjoying it. I like that kind of story. A little bit of dark humour in it as well. If you've not heard of Squid Game, it's on Netflix. It's a Korean show, and it's about a group of people who are kind of down on their luck and in debt, needing money, and they're invited to take part in a series of games in order to win some money. And people are eliminated at the end of each round, or each game. And I'll just leave it there if you haven't seen it. but many of you have probably heard of it. It's around a lot at the moment. But I think it's only the latest in a long. This show's actually very well done, but it's kind of the latest in a long line of similar types of programs, movies. Sort of most notably, the Hunger Games and Battle Royale. But the thing is, although people sort of think of the Hunger Games and Battle Royale in this kind of last man standing type of genre, I was familiar with it from way before then, through Stephen King, because he's written a couple of stories, a couple of novellas, all about similar circumstances. People down on their luck, either wanting money or wanting fame and glory, and they take part in basically competitions, last man standing type competitions, to win money or fame. So both stories he wrote under the pseudonym Richard Bachman. So if you don't really know much about Stephen King, he wrote a few, I think maybe 6 or 7 novellas and novels under the name Richard Bachman. And yeah, a couple of them are based on have these kind of competitive last man standing type premise. So one of them is The Running Man, and that was made into a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. However, the movie doesn't really bear much resemblance to the book at all. And in The Running Man, the main protagonist is somebody who needs money for medical bills. So yeah, it's a good read. Much better than the movie. The movie is very sort of like late 1980s cheesy, which is not like the book at all. The book's obviously very dark because it deals with dark subject matter. And the other one is a story called The Long Walk, and this is one of my favourite Stephen King stories, but it's quite a hard read because, like a lot of King's works, he can often focuses quite heavily on children, and this particular one involves children. So young boys, sort of like kind of aged between, say, 12 and 15. So yeah, if you're not in, if you don't like that, then yeah, don't go there. But yeah, it's a very good read, and as I say, it's one of my favourites. And it is a story after all. It's not true. It's not real life. So yeah, that's what I've been watching. Haven't done much reading. There is a book that I'm wanting to read. There's it's the second novel by Richard Osman, and it's he wrote a book called The Thursday Murder Club, and there's a sequel he's written a sequel, or a second book. I think it'll probably end up turning into a series. And so yeah, I need to pick that one up and read that one. I enjoyed the first one. and it's basically about a group of people in a retirement home. And it basically does what it says on the tin, Thursday Murder Club. They like to solve murders. But it's not as light-hearted as you think. There's lots of twists. Oh, certainly the first book, lots of twists and turns, and he was very written very cleverly. Drew you to thinking that it was, you know, this particular murder that had happened was like one person, and then no, it can't be them, and it twisted to somebody else, and it was like, no, it can't be them. It was very good. It was very well written. If you're in the UK, you'll know who Richard Osman is. He's very well known here. He is very heavily involved in television. He's produced a lot of things, but he's currently most well known for a show called Pointless, where basically, in order to progress through the game and in order to win, you need to have an answer that scores as low few points as possible. It's one of these kind of matching games where you know, it's like kind of like we asked 100 people type of thing, and you've got to find out the most obscure answer. So yeah, it's very popular here in the UK. So I mean, I don't know how many people. Hi, so if you're experiencing an unexpected jump, you know you're not having an out-of-body experience. I had to stop the video, and I had to now restarted it again, because my husband, in his infinite wisdom, decided that now was the time that he wanted to look for one of his AirPods that got lost 3 days ago. Yeah. Now I diamond paint up in the bedroom, so literally he came up the stairs and started humping and pulling the bed around. Yeah. Men. That's all I can say. Men. Apologies to all you men out there, but yeah, men. You pick your moments, don't you? So I completely lost the thread of what I was talking about. I knew it had something to do with a book. Yeah. So, yeah. I've done a little bit more because I was trying to ignore him, but then I got coerced into helping. And guess who found it? Me. Yeah. Is it just me, or do men have two ways of looking for things? They either stand and look around themselves, not moving anything, not moving themselves. Nope, can't find it. Or the other one they do is they'll decide to destroy everything in the room and turn everything upside down. There's no method in the madness, and it is madness. So yeah, my husband decided he was going to do the latter this time, and the whole room got turned upside down. Yeah. Well. So, what I thought I would do, seeing as I'm diamond painting Cancer here, is I thought I would find out a little bit about star sign and a little bit about the mythology behind it, because that really interests me, that fascinates me. Not the astronomy and the celestial bodies and the stars and all that, you know, I've got absolutely no interest in it at all. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. And if it's your bag, well, fair play to you, but it's not mine. But I'm interested in the mythology. Now, I did have the Wikipedia page up. and a couple of other pages up, and my computer's just gone to sleep. So what I'll do is I'll just waken it up. Oh, sorry, I had the diamond painting pen in my mouth. Waken it up is what I was going to say. So just bear with while I type in and pull it up. Right, and I've dropped my pen on the floor. So I did read this through, so I remember quite a bit about it. But so I can still diamond paint a little bit while I'm just double checking a few facts. So we have Cancer. Now the reason I chose Cancer to do first is, well, oh, by the way, you know, I'm intending on doing all the Josephine Wall Diamond Art Club Zodiac pictures, and this is the first one, Cancer, that I'm doing. And the reason why I decided to do Cancer first is because it was my dad's star sign, and my dad sadly passed away in April 2019, mercifully before the current situation hit, because I don't think he would have lived through that. My dad was a long-term smoker, and it was a smoking related disease that he finally succumbed to. He developed, well, thankfully he never developed cancer, but ironically, but he did develop a condition called pulmonary fibrosis. And if you've never heard of that before, it's permanent scarring to the lungs, which is irreversible, and it's degenerative. So once basically it starts, you know, it just progresses. Even though he had stopped smoking, you know, the damage had been done. Anyway, we don't want to dwell on that, because it's supposed to be cheery and happy and relaxing. So yeah, that's why I chose to do Cancer first. Start this diamond painting journey off with Cancer in memory of my dad. So Cancer is the fourth sign of the zodiac, and it's originates from the constellation of Cancer. There's a hole in this drill. Hold on, I'm going to take it away and put a new one on. And it is one of the water signs, along with Pisces and Scorpio. Now, my mum's a Scorpio, and my eldest son, he's on the cusp between Libra and Pisces. Did I say Libra and Pisces? Mum, my mum is a Pisces. Let's get this up. My mum is a Pisces, and my son is on the cusp between Libra and Scorpio. There you go. That was, my brain was one step ahead of my mouth, which often happens. I bet you it happens to you a lot sometime as well. You know, you're thinking one, your brain's working too fast for your mouth. Happens to me all the time. Anyway, so Cancer is the star sign for those who are born from June 21st to July 22nd. And, you know, my dad's birthday was June 29th. So, yeah, that fits. Cancer. And it's a water sign. Yeah, I said that already. Now, the ruling planet for Cancer is the moon, and that might go some way to explaining. I don't know whether Josephine Wall did this intentionally or not, but the moon, here we go, this is the picture again. The moon plays a really prominent role in this picture. So yeah, the ruling planet of Cancer is the moon. So that's yeah, it could very well be intentional in there. And also the mermaids there and the water and the waterfalls, denoting the fact that it's a water sign. So yeah, so it's got several origins. Okay, it's not just the crab as we come to know. Sometimes it's in some cultures it's a lobster. Cancer was around in ancient Egypt, the mythology behind it, and that was conceived as a scarab beetle. And in Mesopotamia, it was represented by a turtle. Now, in both Egyptian and Mesopotamian, try saying that one after a few sherries, Mesopotamian mythology, the scarab beetle and the turtle were thought to push the sun across the sky, initiating the summer solstice. And again, that would fit with the dates. The summer solstice, longest day of the year, certainly in the northern hemisphere, is June 22nd. So yeah, Cancer begins on June 22nd. Now, let's get into this of like the Greek side of it, because the Greek mythology, because I think this is where it becomes a little bit more interesting, and you get into the stories and the lore. So, because a lot of these astrological signs come from Greek and Roman mythology. Cancer's also got a Roman equivalence as well. So Cancer, according to Greek myth, let's wind this up, is based on something called the Karkanos, which is actually Greek for Cancer. And Karkanos was a crab that was crushed under the feet of Hercules when he was undergoing one of his 12 labours set to him by Zeus. So Zeus, if you don't know, had set Hercules a series of tasks, labours if you like, in order for him to ascend Mount Olympus and become a god, because he was a demigod. He was half god. Zeus's son, born of, I can't remember what Hercules' name was, but yeah, he was half human, half god. In order to become a full god, he had to do these like 12 labours. And one of his labours was defeating the Hydra. So that is the monster, the beast, whereby if you cut off, it initially had 3 heads, I think, or multiple, I don't know if it was 3 or several, can't remember, but it had multiple heads anyway. And if you cut one off, then 2 more would grow in its place. And Hercules was tasked with fighting this Hydra as one of his 12 labours. And it was during this fight that he trod on and crushed Karkanos, the crab. And Hera, who was the queen of the gods, Zeus's wife, basically collected up the remains and placed them in the sky. And forming the Cancer constellation. And yeah, that's the the root, that's the background of cancer. Well, it is, and I didn't know that before I started looking into it. So yeah. So there we go. There, that's don't know how many of you out there knew that, but that's where cancer comes from. A crab crushed under the feet of Hercules as he was fighting the Hydra, which was then exalted into the heavens by Hera. Yeah. Good, cool story. True story. It's I'm very fascinated by a lot of these, particularly the Greek myths. I find them really interesting. We had when I was at school, we did a subject in sort of first and second year, which is like the first 2 years of secondary school. In America, I think it would be the first 2 years of middle school, probably. It's when you're around about 11, 12 years old. And yeah, we did these things called classical studies, because we had there was a teacher in our school that could teach Latin, but obviously not a lot of people took Latin, not from the town that I came from anyway. So what he used to do was, he basically, most of his timetable was caught up with teaching first and second year, 11 and 12-year-olds, all about Greek mythology and Roman mythology. And he was a fantastic man. His name was Mr. Muldoon, and he was a great storyteller. Everybody liked him. Can't remember one student that didn't like him. Everybody loved him. It was a great teacher because he used to tell absolutely fascinating stories, and it was all these Greek and Roman myths. And yeah, he was the one that opened up my eyes and sort of like stoked the fires of my fascination for mythology. My interest waxes and wanes about it, but I still remember lots of it, and every now and again I'll kind of research a little bit about it or read up on it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And he was a cool guy. So yeah, that's the background of cancer. So the other thing I thought I would do is I thought I'd pull out the name of some famous Cancerians. Is that how you would pronounce it? And I thought, well, let's see if there are some famous cancers. Well, obviously there will be lots of famous people are born under the sign of cancer. Gosh, it's like 1/12 of the population, isn't it, really, of the world? So the first people that I came across when I was kind of looking around the internet was Lady Diana, Princess Di, was a Cancer, and so is Prince William, her son. He's Cancer as well. So I thought that was really good. That was really good. But yeah, let's rattle through some other notable people. I've pulled up a wee website here. It's mostly celebrities. I've got Chris Pratt. He's Cancer. Guardians of the Galaxy and all that. Meryl Streep is a Cancer. My thing's not wanting to click round. Who's that? Oh, Cyndi Lauper. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Oh my gosh, she looks well different in this picture. That's why I was going, who's that? And the next picture is adverts. Actually, maybe if I click on view all. Let's do that. Let's click on view all. Oh, Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister. Sticking with the music theme, Ariana Grande. Khloe Kardashian. Oh gosh, these are all like current celebs. Elon Musk. Missy Elliott, Margot Robbie. Ah, there's Diana. Pamela Anderson, and Lindsay Lohan. So I've got some wild childs there as well. Tom Cruise, Ringo Starr, Kevin Bacon. So yeah, these are all like current celebs. Tom Hanks, Will Ferrell, Malala. Oh, right, okay, I've got a wee story about Malala actually. So if you don't know, Malala, very brave young lady, was shot in the head by the Taliban. She's from Pakistan, and she was brought to the UK with horrific injuries and treated here, and essentially nursed back to health. And now she is a huge advocate for women's and girls' education and development. Not just in the UK or in our own country in Pakistan, but like, you know, around the world. And she's become like, you know, she gives, you know, great speeches, motivational talks as well. She's still, I'm not entirely sure how old she is now, but I mean, she's still very young. She's in her 20s, I know that much. But when my daughter was at school, she had the opportunity to go and hear her speak. And she said she was totally inspiring, you know, an amazing person. So yeah, Malala. Who else have we got on this list? Oh, Vin Diesel. Oh, Robin Williams. Oh. Okay. Maybe we might just end on Robin Williams. So yeah, few famous Cancerians out there. As I say, 1/12 of the population is a Cancer. There's bound to be more than one. Anyway, I think I've kind of chatted on enough now. I never really know when to end these things. I think they can sometimes, you know, go on for a little bit too long. So what I'll do is, yeah, just continue working on the crab here. My intention is to try and finish this section here. Just move the canvas along a little bit. So I've got another 2 sections to do here after this one. So I'm going to try and finish these probably by the end of the week. So that will, yeah, end of the week. Weekend, maybe Friday. Do these, and then we'll see. My daughter, as I said, my daughter's coming up, so I don't know how much I'll get done at the weekend. Might try and get another row, but my aim is to, I'm going to give myself a target to finish this by the end of November. We'll see how we go. As I said, I've started, let's get this artwork out again, but I'm at this area here. So try by the end of the month to be maybe halfway down. But that will have taken me almost 2 months to do that, because, well, I did take a break for quite a while. I was working on quite a big piece for Drills and Chills. Yeah, I've been working, well, I'm going to put a finishes video up at the beginning of November, and you'll see I've actually done quite a lot of other stuff during October. So unfortunately Cancer here got a little bit neglected. But yeah, we'll see. We'll give ourselves a target to the end of November to finish it, and then we might take a month off, and then in the new year start the next one. we'll see. That's the plan. But we might just wing it. You know, I've got no commitments. I'm in no rush to finish any of these. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for spending some time with me, listening to me prattle on. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about cancer and, you know, where it came from. And yeah, if you like the video, please put a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, please, I'd love you to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you all in my next video then. Cheerio!